Yep. You good? Hey guys, so we're going to get started here in a minute or two. We were having problems with Facebook on the computer, so Mrs. Hanson is using her new phone for Facebook. You guys on YouTube Live shouldn't have any issues, but you do have to get at least one or two things here. Something like this. This is just a homemade staff. Okay, bow, whatever you want to call it. It's about 6 feet tall. Height doesn't really matter in this case. Okay, if you don't have something like that, good basic broom works just fine. You can take the handle off if you want. You can leave the bristles on. It doesn't matter. Anything that's kind of straight and well, the only thing that really matters is that you can see it when you're using it. So take 2 minutes here and grab something like this, a broom, or the handle off of a push broom or whatever works just fine. And we will get started in about 2 minutes.
Good morning, Mr. Malik and Soriano.
Soriano, Mr. Malik. Anybody else yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, just in case you guys missed it, you need something like this. Or you need something like this today. No, you're not learning how to use weapons here, guys. Sorry. Don't get your hopes up. And it also might be helpful to have somebody who can help you out a little bit, holding a broom, holding it up or something like that. There's other ways to do this, and I'll get to those too. Who else?
Nobody yet. Well, there's 5 people, but only the 3 that are said there.
All right, for all of you guys who are there, just make sure you tell us who's here. I want to make sure that I'm covering techniques that you guys need at your different ranks. And if I don't know you're there, then you're stuck with doing like white belt stuff. And that's your fault, not mine. I'm not that nice. All right, close enough to 2 minutes. Finding a broom or something like that shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Everybody eat your hips. On Joe. Mukhyam. Chariot. Salvonike. Kunye. All right. So real fast, I don't have any real updates for anybody outside of we are, working with trying to get some classes, like in-person classes started. So make sure you're watching the webpage and all that stuff.
We have them all posted on Facebook Mondays and Thursdays.
Facebook, make sure you're looking at Facebook.
At 6:30.
Just realize that any class that you take, you do have to sign up for. You have to tell us. Okay, there's very limited space, and if you don't tell us and you show up, we're going to say sit in your car and watch class. Okay, because we only have limited space that we can be out there. So Make sure that you're telling us that you're going to be there. We got the people who sign up are the people who are going to be allowed. So little things. All right. First things first. You are going to be doing some focus work today, and not quite the way you're used to it. You used to have like a little focus pad or a big target. Okay. Well, these or your broom or whatever you have are going to be what you're going to be focusing on. Okay. This is going to be more about hand position and foot position, as well as targeting and everything else. So the smaller it is, so kind of like this broom is going to be a little bit better than this. Okay. And as we get into there, I'm going to be giving you guys some warnings like don't use corners. Okay. Corners of walls, they hurt. I don't care who you are. They hurt. You bash the side of your arm into it, or you're punching it or kicking towards that corner, and you hit it, it hurts. It separates bones. Okay. It doesn't really break them. I mean, it can, but it separates them. So no corners.
The mallet said they are having trouble hearing.
They're having trouble hearing.
Clearly.
And they're on YouTube, right? Interesting. Okay, try this. Try use the mouse. Go to the lower right corner of the screen.
Yeah.
Nope. Go over here to that and click on the little carrot thing right there. It's not pulling up the microphone. Okay. I will try to talk a little bit louder. Hopefully that helps. But just ask a lot of questions. Mrs. Hanson is sitting here manning my keyboard. Okay. So if you can't quite understand what I'm saying, just ask a question and she'll clarify it, or she'll ask me. And so that's why there's two of us. Okay. So yeah, that's what you're going to be doing today. Focus work and hand position, foot position, all that kind of good stuff. Okay. So first, feet underneath you, standing, legs straight, bend over, touch your toes. Good. Stand up. Feet apart a little more. Bend over. Hands down between your feet. Good. Now that you're here, walk your hands forward onto your toes, kind of like you're doing a really weird push-up. Twist to one side and bring your hip down to the ground. Keep your arms straight. And up. Turn the other direction. Bring your hip down. For you guys on Facebook, I know it's a little harder to see. Kind of limited camera view there, but still ask questions. Mrs. Hanson will do her best to answer them. Looks like the Anwars are there. And Anwar. Good. All the way up. Back onto your feet. Hands in the middle. And let your elbows hang. Good. Relax. Stand up. All right. So, find a wall or something to lean on. Pick your foot up. Point your knee at the ground. Do not point it backwards. Point it at the ground and stick your hip out. Just get the front of the thighs a little bit. Like I said, not a lot of heavy stretching. Good. Other side, same thing. Knee pointing at the ground. Stick your hip out. Again, don't get in the habit of pulling your foot up. It's actually bad on the knee.
Mr. Salaver and Alex Salaver.
Cool. And relax. Okay. You want to arm across your chest? Pull it in.
Keep going.
But
You're good. Keep going.
and other side.
Okay.
Mrs. Hanson is playing with the wiring to my computer. She's gonna break something.
Probably. I'm just looking at the mouse.
Oh, the keyboard?
No, the keyboard's fine. Playing with the microphone. Ah! Good.
Yeah.
But I got it.
The microphone is plugged into the front of the computer. Sorry, guys. Like I said, she's playing with the wiring on the computer. I'll give her a second to get back, make sure everything's okay. Double checking. Sorry, guys. One hand behind your back. Pull it down. Ooh. No, my shoulders are a little tight today. It's there. It's plugged in. And switch. Well, no, they're in the microphone jack. The other microphone jack is in the back of the computer, and you have to take the whole thing apart to get to it. Yeah, that's why it's there. And relax. Okay. So here's where some of our equipment starts to come into play. Okay. So if we are blocking, okay, the tool that we're blocking with is never going to match our target. Okay. It's not, in other words, I'm not going to do like a rising block. So in a stance, you want to bash me on the head here? Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here, guys. I got a lot of tools, okay? And use this, okay? I want you to kind of strike straight down on my head. Okay, watch out for the ceiling. So she's striking this way, right? Okay, I'm not going to try to block with my arm matching her tool, matching her weapon, matching her arm, whatever it is. Okay, because here, not only am I likely to miss and get hit, but even if it hits, it's probably going to slide off, or I'm still going to get hit. Okay, so when you're blocking, you're always creating this plus sign, this T shape. Okay. Sorry, guys, the dog is spazzing out, and I don't know why. She does this. So you're always going to create this T shape. Okay. You're going to use the largest surface area possible to block with. Okay. The whole surface area is my arm, but I'm only using a piece of that right here. Okay. So as you're working with this, okay, you can have whoever's helping you do what Mrs. Hanson is doing and bring the tool down on my head as I'm blocking, okay? And she just needs to hold it there for me more than anything, okay? So that's kind of the idea of what we're going to do, all right? Now, I'm going to put this away. That was just a little bit shorter of a thing to work with than the broom, okay? So, if you have somebody there to help you, that's great, okay? If you don't, you can do something like this, okay? You can take, that's why I kind of left the bristles on. And you can kind of push them between a table and a chair or something, okay? Standing this thing up, all right? If you don't have a broom and all you found was something like this, okay, then believe it or not, leaning against the wall works, okay? So, you guys on Facebook, I'm going to shift the camera here so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about, okay? So it's sitting like this, all right? And you can do this with the broom also. Right? It'll work. Okay? I mean, we're just using it as a target. It's not like something's going to jump off the wall and hit you, right? So I'm going to choose a broom just because it's a little bit brighter. It'll be a little bit easier for you guys to see on the camera, I think. All right. Oh, they can still see on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. So this is going to be pretty simple. Okay. This is my target. We're going to start with a low block. Okay. Straight wrist, the forearm right here, right? So if you find this little knob in your wrist, put your finger on it, add 2 fingers, and where your 3rd finger is, this is the spot that you're blocking with. So you're not blocking here, not blocking down in here, okay? And you're not blocking with the flat part, but the pinky side of your arm, okay? Just standing there here, okay? Get your forearm there. Notice that I'm standing up straight. I'm not reaching for it, okay? So I bring it up. There's my cross, my blocking hand closest to me, and I bring it down. Low block. Okay? Now, here, all right? Work on that for a minute, okay? And I'm going to keep adding some stuff to it, all right? So I just want you, okay, if you have 2 of them, that's awesome, because then you can change sides. You can do one here, and then you move over, and you can do one over here, so on and so forth, okay? So, starting with a low block. If you're a white belt, low block works great. If you have stripes, low block with the knife hand. Okay, you should know what a knife hand looks like. It's here. Okay, there's the pinky joint, there's the wrist joint. Halfway in between is what I'm doing my low block with the knife hand on. Here. Okay, now the cross is the same. All right, for gold belts, unfortunately, you're kind of stuck doing the low block or the low block with the knife hand for right now. You guys don't have any new low block action to take. Okay, so if you're a green belt, believe it or not, I don't want you doing just a regular low block. I want you doing that reverse circular block. So if you're standing with it here, you might want to tip it out a little bit. Okay, put 1 foot really close to the wall, back foot out back. Should be a walking stance, right? Okay, so if this is where I'm blocking, just below my watch, for a low block with the outer forearm, the pinky side, then reverse circular block is the thumb side matching it. Okay, so it comes here, blocking this direction, okay? Up high, blocking here, up and out, okay? This is just that low inward blocking motion that this is going to help with. To do it for that outward blocking motion, we have to do it a little differently, okay? But walking stance, blocking here, 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 okay? That's your reverse circular block. If you're a blue belt, you guys have low guarding block with the knife hand, okay? So L stance, notice that I'm kind of aimed over there, low guarding block with the knife hand, okay? All right? Now, if you're a red belt, then take your pick of either the green belt or the blue belt technique. Do the one that's more difficult for you, okay? Probably that reverse circular block, all right? Black belts. You guys can pretty much pick whichever one of those techniques you want to work on, okay? But you're going to be doing it for the next few minutes, okay? So make sure it's something you can repeat really, really, really well, all right? So, as you guys are doing this, right? So you're standing, you're doing your low block with the knife hand, low guarding block with the knife hand, reverse circular block, okay? Whatever your choice is, you're not trying to hit it. You're trying to hit the same spot every time and not hard. Don't need to be hurting yourself, right? So, this is like tools for using at home, okay? So, you're doing your block. Make sure you get your cross right, back of wrist to back of wrist. Low block, low block, low block, low block. Again, making sure you're doing it like a million times here, right? To change sides, I'd have to turn my back on you guys, and I don't really want to do that because I want you guys to be able to see it, okay? So I'm going to kind of turn sideways here to switch sides. All right, so here's my low block here, back of wrist to back of wrist. This is my left hand, this is my right hand, my blocking hand right now, okay? From here, low block, low block, low block, low block, okay? You're going to do it 100,000 times, just making sure. Same spot, same spot, same spot, okay? I'll let you guys go for another minute here, okay? Because then we're going to change this. We're actually going to go from those blocks to like a punch, okay? Well, she's being indecisive. She can't decide down here, up there, so sorry, guys. All right. So, all right, close enough. So for a punch, obviously, this doesn't work, okay? Because then you end up hitting between your punching knuckles, right? So you need to do your best and find a way to get this to be horizontal, preferably as high as your chest. If it's down low, like you know, between two tables, or you know, laying across the seat of a chair, of a couple of chairs, that's fine. You can kneel down and do this, okay? But find a way to get it up high as soon as possible so that you can do a proper standing punch, okay? So for me, believe it or not, I don't have very many options in here at the moment, okay? But you can place it across the back of a couple of chairs. Believe it or not, I've got some stuff. I think will work for a moment. Okay. Of course, you want it level if you can get it there, but I think we have something. Okay. I thought I had this planned out a little bit better, but my first ideas just weren't going to work. So, something like this is really all you need. Okay. So, I want you guys to be able to see, so I'm going to make a couple of adjustments here. And there we go. Okay, this will work. So, like I said, if it's down low, that's okay. Okay, it just means you're going to do it down here kneeling, right? Okay, so your first two punching knuckles. Wrists have to be straight. You've got to get those, keep those good habits going, okay? So, my wrist is straight here, even though it doesn't look straight here. This part doesn't matter. It's this part, okay? Second piece, as I punch forwards, I don't want my hand tilting in. I don't want my hand tilting out. I still need it to be straight, okay? So as I'm punching, my knuckles are just barely going to touch the broom handle, okay? So I'm here. This is a nice, easy exercise. Just switch and keep switching, okay? Left hand, right hand. Eventually, you want to be able to do it pretty quickly, okay? As you can tell,
Miss Martinez is here too.
I saw that actually. As you can tell, if I touch it just a little bit, it slides. So, you know, this also, there's that focus work, okay? Making sure that I can touch it, okay? Hopefully without moving it, although about every fourth or fifth one, I'm moving it about an inch or two, okay? All right, I want you to spend the next, just 2 minutes. I think punching's kind of easy, okay? But this is your focus work, okay? 2 knuckles, not 1 knuckle touching the target. 2 knuckles every time. 2 knuckles, 2 knuckles, 2 knuckles, 2 knuckles, 2, 2, 2, 2, okay? And while you're doing that, breathing in, okay? Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, okay? No hissing, no drinks, tea, 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 no, okay? Just a breath. Okay, you can go a little faster, a little slower, but the idea here is to make sure that you're on point. Okay, that your two knuckles are touching the target, right? So, give you guys another few seconds. Just keep punching. Nice digital clock that we have up there. I know I've got this clock here, but can't trust this clock some days. All right, good enough. So now comes the advantage of having it this height. Okay, we'll get to knife hands and all that stuff. Okay, guys, but believe it or not, this is how we're going to have it set up here for the next few minutes. Okay, so punching has a cousin in the kicking world. It's called a front kick. Aren't you shocked? Okay, so real fast, got to make sure somebody get on YouTube, somebody on Facebook. Okay, tell me what part of the foot we hit with on a front kick. Okay, and somebody else, the same person, the same answer, I don't care. Not only tell me what part of the foot we hit with, what direction does a front kick move? Okay, I always get some kind of goofy answers here, and I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page, thinking about some of the same basic ideas. Okay? Any answers?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not class today.
Class is a class.
Yeah, I agree.
Excuse me, guys, sorry. Every now and then, even I forget that where the cameras are. Nobody. Come on, guys. What part of the foot does a front kick hit with? And what direction does it go? Those are the two questions I want to answer. And I'm going to give you another minute to get an answer in there. Nothing? No, it hasn't been a minute yet, but I'm impatient, guys. Sorry. I like answers.
Nobody. A radio silence.
Oh, man, you guys are...
It's quiet today.
If you're having a hard time hearing me, I know, Malik, I know you guys said something, but I don't think there's too much I can do about that right now.
Oh, Mr. Holtman's on. Porter says under the toes.
Under the toes. I like under the toes. Okay? So,
Hello, Mr. Holtman.
this piece right here, right? So not this whole thing from big toe to pinky toe, but just behind the big toe and the index toe, the one that matches your pointer finger. I don't know what they're really called, by the way. I never paid that close attention to these. Okay, so ball of the foot right there is for a front kick, right?
Mr. Ciaranazzi says forward.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so a front kick does not move up. It moves in, like a spear, just like a punch. Okay, so we're here. We got our nice little bar set up, okay? I want your hands up, okay? Keep that part in mind. Don't get lazy and let your hands drop because you're focusing on something different, okay? No, keep your hands up, okay? I'm going to move this further back. Hopefully, you guys on Facebook, that's a little bit easier for you to see me and my target over here. So now you have to put the ball of your foot, not your toes, on the bar, okay? And you're not hitting the bottom side so it lifts up. You have to hit in. So that means the only good foot position should look like this. Straight ankle, out. Okay, flat on the ankle, toes pointing up. Okay? And now you're just going to switch back and forth. Okay? Front kick, front kick, front kick, front kick. Okay? Hands are up. All right? Ball of your foot touching the bar. Okay? You don't have to go as fast as I am. Okay, I've just been doing this a long time. Okay, I just want you to keep going with front kicks. Okay, and while you're going with your front kicks, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, knee up. You're not going to bring your knee as high as the bar. You're going to bring your knee higher than the bar. As you extend your foot out, your knee will come down. Okay, here it is, above the bar, front kick, right there, right? Okay, knee up high, front kick. Okay, kicking. Okay, so you're just going to keep going and keep going, right? Yes, we're concentrating on some really white belt stuff right now, but if you can't do this, going higher, it's going to be much more difficult here in a minute. Okay, so another few seconds. Okay, keep going. Front kick, front kick, front kick, front kick. Don't worry about how many you're doing. Just keep going. Okay. Now, hands are up. Hopefully your balance is good. You're not falling over like crazy, right? So, another few seconds. I know I've said that a couple of times now, but for real. And okay, time. Shake your legs out for a minute. Question. Side kick. What part of your foot do you hit with on a side kick? Okay, again, you guys on Facebook, you guys on YouTube, side kick. What part of your foot hits on a side kick? Okay. Remember, side kick is the one where you pick your knee up, you turn your bottom foot over, you push out, you're pulling it in, and you're setting it down. Okay. 5 parts to this one. Okay. Front kicks have 4, side kicks have 5. But what part of your foot should you be hitting with? Anything? Nope. No answers? Nope. All right. Well, I guess we have to cheat then. So a side kick is either the bottom of the heel, okay, here. So that's more if you're like kind of like smash your way through things and you're just trying to use like a wrecking ball, right? But if you're trying to break something like a board, believe it or not, it's, gotta make sure I'm in the picture for everybody. Okay, you guys look at my foot, okay? You see the dragon? Not where the dragon is, okay? If you look at where the Japanese kanji is on the back of my heel there, okay, just below it, here, that is where you get to break things like boards, okay? It's instead of being big and round, it's flat and thin, okay? So hitting with that is going to give you a better breaking tool than big old round heel, okay? The heel is not wrong. It's just, you can refine it a little bit, okay? So what does that look like? Instead of keeping my foot up and down, I'm going to roll my ankle flat into it as I push. Okay.
You're not at least a heel.
Okay. Sorry guys, a little bit of a delay here, I guess. So your job. Here's your bar. You're going to stand back. Pick one side. Cheat just a little bit if you need to. Turn your foot and keep it there. Hands are up, looking at your bar. Make sure you're not too close like I was just about to be, okay? Bend your knees. Pick it up, aim your foot, push out, okay? Be careful with this one. As you can see, it doesn't take much to move stuff with this kick, okay? And start kicking, okay? Right here, kick. kick, 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 okay? And that's all you're gonna do for the next 2 minutes, okay, is a side kick. All right, after you do, say, 10 on one side, switch to the other side, and switch and start over, and switch and start over, okay? I just want you kicking the whole time, all right? Because in the next kick, I'm actually gonna switch how this is set up, okay? We don't allow, not quite yet. We got one more kick to do that needs this setup, okay? But if you notice, no one done a punch that looks like this, okay? But keep kicking, side kicks. Make sure that knee comes up really high. The higher you pick your knee up, the easier a side kick is, okay? Knee up high, bottom foot turns, then kick out, okay? You're never dropping your knee to do a side kick, okay? It's always going to be up nice and high. Secret to kicking high too, by the way, is getting your knee up, okay? So you're kicking, you're standing, kick, 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 okay? Getting that knee up, okay? You don't have to do it the way I am, guys. Okay, okay, this is just about developing the ability to do it. Okay, so here, kick, kick, okay? Knee has to come higher than your target as you're kicking. Ooh, that's why you get for looking away. Okay, so another few seconds. All right, good time. So take a minute, get a drink, shake your legs out for a minute, okay? And then we're gonna get back. And we got turning kicks to do here. Front kicks, side kicks, turning kicks, back kicks, those are our 4 basics. So if you can do whatever you're doing here for those 4, any kick that matches them, your target is the same, okay? It lays the same way. Okay, a drink. I kind of need one too. I don't know about everybody else out there, but the temperature seems kind of weird to me today.
It's a little humid.
Yeah.
I mean, relative to Colorado.
There's moisture in the air, guys. It's humid in Colorado. All right. Let's go ahead and get back to it. So you're here, you're barred. If you've noticed, early on I said that when you're blocking, whatever you're blocking and your blocking tool never line up the same. They always look like a T, like a plus sign, right? Okay, this way. But when we're striking, our tool always matches our target, okay? We do that on purpose, okay? That's better for us and worse for them in both cases, okay? So your turning kick should look like this. It should not look like this when you do a turning kick, okay? When you're doing a turning kick, you're actually stretching your ankle into it, kind of the way I showed you on a side kick, but you're hitting with the ball of the foot the same as a front kick, okay? But your ankle position is the same as a side kick in every way, okay? So I'm here. Now, I got some stuff in the way, guys, here, so I'm going to cheat just a little bit, okay? But if you notice, I'm about an arm's length away from something solid. It is now. Door's closed. Okay, so I'm here. I'm going to turn my foot so that it's kind of pointing in the door jamb here, even though my target's over here. Okay, toes point here on my support foot, target over here. Now my knee is level to the target as my foot comes around, toes up. There's a turning kick. Okay, so if you notice, I'm pulling my hip into it with a little bit of a turn as I kick. Okay? I want you to practice all those pieces starting now. Okay, so start kicking. So your hands are here, your toes are backwards, just like a side kick. Your knee is level to your target, bringing it in. But if you notice, I'm using my hip to bring my kick in. I'm not swinging my body. A turning kick does not work by swinging the body. Okay, turning the hip into it. Okay, just like a punch, you turn your hip into it, right? So you do the same with the turning kick. Okay. Questions or anything?
Nope.
If you guys have questions, if you're not understanding what I'm telling you, say something, guys, please. Okay. I will find a way to show you, to explain it, but I need to know if something's confusing or not. Okay. So a turning kick, believe it or not, Miss Hanson, can I borrow you for a moment? Okay. If right there, just take a fighting stance, watch out for a little bit of stuff behind you. So as you guys are kicking, I want you to watch a little bit, okay? If me and Mrs. Hanson are sparring, my turning kick is not going to come around her, okay? I'm actually just going to step off to the side as she does something like, say, a punch. She throws a punch at me, I'm going to sidestep it, and my turning kick still moves forwards, okay? So she punches, boom, okay? My kick is driving this direction. So I'm not actually trying to use it to come around her. I'll never make it.
Oh, that's fine.
She's all right. She's got plenty of other bones back there, we think. So my kick is always going to travel forwards. That's where that hip turn comes in with this kick. Okay? I can make it move in a circle. Does not work well. Okay? So if I'm here and she throws a reverse punch, I can block it and step into that kick and get my turning kick moving forward. Okay? Looks a little weird on camera, I'm sure, but all right, but the idea, thank you, is getting it to move this direction. So I'm actually starting here, turning and kicking this direction. Okay? But again, my 4 pictures. Captain America fell. So, all right, timeout. I hope you guys are switching legs because I'm not going to tell you to switch legs. I kind of expect you guys to do a few on each leg and then switch and switch and switch and switch. So, I hope this made a little bit of sense because now we're going to move on. And earlier, I told you that you needed it vertical as much as possible. Well, now you're going to see one of my ideas here. Trash can. There's stuff in it. We use this for like fire kindling stuff. Guess what? Now I have a vertical target. Okay. Now, knife hand strikes. Okay. Knife hand is not here. Believe it or not, here. Okay. I'm pulling back on my thumb and trying. Say again.
Your angle's weird for you too.
I'm having to match 2 cameras here, guys. I apologize, okay? So I'm going to get a little closer, okay? Does that work? Okay. Notice my thumb. It's not sticking out, and it's not glued to the side of my hand. I'm pulling back on it, so it kind of creates a little bit of a hook there, right? Okay? You're hitting with the knife hand. You're not shoving forwards on it, okay, where it can get caught. You're striking this way. So you're hitting right here, okay? Here's my pinky joint. Here's my pinky, bad. Pinky joint, bad. Wrist joint, bad. The carpal end right here, bad. Right in the middle, okay, this part. And if you concentrate on pushing your fingers out, making them longer, it actually works better, okay? So
Mr. Haddock, she knows.
Awesome. How are you, sir? So here's my knife hand position right here. Okay, if you notice, I'm not facing straight forwards. Okay, I'm angling myself slightly. Okay, if we're going to build good habits, we have to start with good habits. Okay, so we're never hitting straight off to our side or behind us. It's always slightly in front of the shoulder. Okay, so I'm here. My cross, back of wrist to back of wrist, knife hand, knife hand, knife hand, knife hand. Okay, that would be Zelda. Like I said, she can't make up her mind today, guys. Okay, so here, knife hand, knife hand, knife hand, knife hand. Okay, you can mark a little spot on your broomstick with a piece of tape or some nail polish or here, same spot on my hand to the same spot on the broomstick. Okay, and then you do a few on one side, and then you do a few on the other. Okay, if you notice, crossing, striking, crossing, striking, crossing, striking every time. Okay, this is how you get your crosses to be very, very natural. You get your focus, you get your pinpoint accuracy. Okay, and again, if you can't get it to stand up this high, put it low, make sure it's a vertical target. Kneeling, not corners. Corners hurt. Okay, yes, I've got a little bit of experience in that. Okay, corners hurt, all right? So round sticks that move, they don't hurt so much. Okay, you can get used to hitting stuff later. Right now, it's about accuracy. Okay, if you want to add your step into it, okay, get a stance length away, standing at jump B, strike, and then strike. Okay, so you can do it on both sides, right? Here, strike, strike, strike. Okay, just keep going with that. We're going to change it up here in just a minute. Okay, knife hand strikes. You're in a testing, you're going to hit with the knife hand somehow. Okay, so you could do outward strike with the knife hand, inward strike with the knife hand, nice and big, striking here. Okay, if you guys notice, I was here, now I'm here. Okay, up, strike, up, strike. Right? If you ever wonder what that thing in Wanyo is, where you go 1, 2. This hand coming in allows you to pull harder. Okay, it can increase the power of your technique. Okay, turning your hip into it right at the end, more power. Okay, knife hand strike here, knife hand strike here, knife hand strike, knife hand strike, knife hand strike. Okay, again, you're looking to touch the pole, feel it without this thing happening or this thing. Okay, so there's your knife hand strikes, both inward and outward. Okay, now I'm going to move on to one that nobody likes, but I'm not totally certain why. Okay, straight fingertip thrust. Okay, this one, you want to make sure the pole is centered right through the middle of your body. Okay, so you're not turned at an angle and it lining up this way. Here, straight on. All right, put your fingertips on it first. Okay, and just switch hands to begin with. Okay, aiming with your fingertips is a little more difficult than you might think. Okay, here, 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 here. If you guys wondering what my target is, by the way, our broom handle still has a little tag on it. I don't know if you can see it very well. Okay, but this is what I'm aiming for. Okay, like right on the edge of it because of the way it's facing. Okay, so even I'm using exactly what I'm telling you. Okay, there's my straight fingertip thrust. Okay, they are fingertips. You hit with your fingertips wrong when you're not ready. Guess what happens? It hurts. Okay, so be careful. Straight fingertip thrust. Everything looks like a knife hand except one piece where your middle finger is pulling in so that you're hitting with 3 fingertips and you're squeezing those fingertips together this way as well as pulling that fingertip back, okay? This is actually straight fingertip thrust position, okay? Not easy, very hard to practice because a lot of people are gonna end up doing this thing where they curl it back, okay? Straight fingers except for one that pulls in, okay? Now, if you wanna add a step, that's fine. Straight fingertip thrust from a walking stance. Okay, this does make it more difficult to pick out your target. Okay, vacuum's in the way now. So, all right, time out for a second. Real quick, does anybody have any questions that we can answer? Okay, techniques that specifically that you want to see done with a target. I'll give you a minute. I know there's a little bit of a delay here. It'll also give you guys a breath and a chance to get a little bit of water. You guys on Facebook, we apologize.
Actually,
Her computer's not being happy, but her phone seems to be working. Which makes sense. Her phone is almost a day old. Almost. Anything popping up over there?
no,
Want to hear questions, guys?
you people are quiet today.
A little too quiet. I like hearing from you guys. I like hearing your questions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. If any questions pop up, Mrs. Hanson will tell me. So, with your focus point vertical, or as vertical as you can make it. Okay, if you guys notice, it's kind of leaning one side. That's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, it just needs to be a target. All right. Now, blocking. Okay, I'm going to turn this now this direction so that I can get really close to it. All right, back to some blocks. We'll start with some basic ones. All right, middle block. All right, I told you before that when you're blocking, your block and your target will never line up with each other. Okay, they will cross each other. Well, it's true. Okay, but sometimes it looks more like an X than it will a plus sign. But if you have Miss Hanson. Okay, stand right there. Hold this right about there, kind of like she's punching at me. Okay, but she wants to hit me in the head. All right. If they're coming at you with something that's a little bit more vertical, okay, then it's going to look a little more like an X. Okay, that could be something like a crescent kick that you're blocking. Okay, or some idea like that. All right. But if it's coming at you straight, like say a punch, it is going to look very, very, very like a plus sign. Okay. Now, if you notice, where I've got myself lined up is for a pretty decent block. Okay. Just below my watch is my target again. Okay. And if you notice where the staff is going, it's not here. Okay. Where it's lined up with my shoulder. It's actually next to my body. This is actually what a block is designed to do, is to block here. Okay. Or to block here. All right. The tip is aimed in the middle of my body, and as I'm moving, it shifts the tool, right? There's only one way to actually make that happen, and that's to get your block right. Okay, so I've got my vertical target again. I'll let Mrs. Hanson get back.
Oh, we do have a question.
Yes.
Mrs. Soriano asked, downward strike with the knife and like the application for the downward strike with the knife hand, the double block thing from Wabong.
The double block thing.
Sorry,
I'm having to go through the pattern here, guys, real quick. So if you're asking about twin forearm block, or are you asking about the middle block, low block?
Probably that one.
Okay, I'm assuming it's this one, so I'm going to go with that one, but just be clear, okay? I'll give you a minute to get back to us on that. But Mrs. Hanson, I'm going to need you again. I just want them to be able to see this.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I think, do you mind sitting on the ground for a minute with this above your head? Okay, and scoot out this way. Okay, so I'm going to use this first. Hold it nice and flat here, okay? So imagine I have a downed opponent, okay? So I've swept them, or I've tripped them, and they're down on their knees, or I've like knocked them down and they're getting back up like Mrs. Hanson is. Okay, my target is actually not the top of the head. Believe it or not, tilt your head. It's actually right here. This muscle back here is part of the trapezius, or the acromion, which is the bone that goes from the spine to the shoulder. It's one of the highest. It's the highest rib on the back, or the clavicle, which of course is the one in the front, your collarbone. Those are my targets. Okay. Knife hand. Okay. Same knife hand position. Okay. And as I'm striking, I'm coming down across it. So if you notice, I'm not sitting straight in front of her. I'm actually sitting at a little bit of an angle. This exposes her shoulder a little bit more, okay? So I'd be striking this way, okay? All right. Now, thank you. Then stand up if you would. Okay. If she's standing up, the targets don't change, just my angle slightly. So in the red belt pattern, you do something that looks like this. This is what you're doing right here, okay? So you have twin forearm block, upward punch, sliding fixed stance punch to push your opponent back, okay? And then they step forwards, boom. There's my target, okay? So in this case on Mrs. Hanson, because she's a little bit shorter than I am, it's more muscular, that trapezius muscle, okay, than it is anything else. But if they were a little taller, it would be the clavicle. If they were a little more, okay, so it would be the clavicle, the collarbone, okay? If they were actually shorter than her, squat just a touch, see how she kind of rolls forwards? That exposes the acromion, and that's where I strike. Or their glasses with the forearm if you're not paying attention, okay? So there's your downward strike with the knife hand, okay? If they're down low, then you're dropping down with your knee to make those same targets happen. Bend over at the waist. So, boom, I just did an arcing kick to her stomach. I've got her bent over, back of the neck, arch of the spine, right where the lumbar meets the thoracic, okay? Here, you can do a lot there, okay? Also possibilities, thank you. Okay, so there's that. Now, that two-handed blocking thing, red belts love this one. Mrs. Hanson loved this one a lot too. Okay, but all right, thank you. You can. All right, the blocks.
And these are, by the way, good applications for even the lower ranks when we're talking about doing these techniques when we're doing step sparring stuff.
Yes, pay attention to them because you know they're asking questions that you don't even know you have yet because you don't know the techniques, but you can see them and lock them in your head. Okay, so at the end of Warang, you're in a closed stance. Okay, you're in a closed stance, back of wrist to back of wrist like a low block. The hand closest to you is doing a low block. Okay, the hand farthest away is doing a middle block. Okay, they are quite literally two blocks at once. So say somebody comes at you with like a front kick and a reverse punch at the same time. Okay, one, you can block them both at the same time. Okay, possible. All right, that's all I'm saying. All right, not that people do that often. Okay, we have a new friend over here again. All right, so low block, middle block, low block, middle block. On your target, it's low block, middle block, or low block, middle block. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Okay, so you can use one target and just switch which block you're doing. Okay, so one time it becomes middle block, low block, middle block, low block, middle block, low block. Okay, and you can do it on both sides, of course. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I'm just concentrating on the one side at a time. And eventually, if you get really brave, put the trash can on each side of you, 2 poles at the exact same point, and then you're doing both blocks at the same time on each side. Okay, so the application of that, it could be just a low front kick. So in wrong, you're standing like this, and then you have to come up and you face 270 degrees to here. Okay, as you're doing that, that's somebody attacking you from behind. I hope you guys can see the separation of the floor here. This is actually a really good example. Okay, as I'm coming up,
Yeah.
I'm moving into the blue square from the red squares. Okay, so I've got my opponent here. I'm being attacked directly behind me in the red square here, like kind of like say my tailbone, and I'm moving forwards away from it to spin around on that spot to block it. Make sense? Okay, when they're punching at me from the blue square, like maybe a little bit of an angle, there's my block there. Or, this is an option, it's 2 opponents, one kicking me, one punching me. Punching at me from over here, kicking at me directly from behind, and I'm blocking them both, and then they switch. Okay? Just, the little things. All right? So, I hope this helps, guys. We are unfortunately out of time, and I will, yes. I'm going to have Mrs. Hanson help with the announcements. Not all of them, for some reason, they never just all sit up here when I'm at the end of class. So
Okay, so first of all, next Saturday is 4th of July. So we are not doing live videos next week. We're going to take a weekend off and enjoy the 4th of July holiday. So I hope you guys do that safely as well. The other thing is for our big classes, so 7+, no matter what your rank is, we are doing classes on Mondays and Thursdays at 6:30 in the evenings. Like Mr. Hanson said at the beginning, please RSVP. Most of you have either are able to contact us, myself, or Dr. Kramer, or Mr. Hanson through text message, through Messenger, even through email. Please RSVP so that we know that you guys are coming. It is so on the Facebook event, it says that Spring Hill Park. I will change that. It's actually at the Colorado Freedom Memorial. Different address will take you to where we're having class. So next Monday, next Thursday, weather pending, we will have in-person classes. Please let us know that you're coming. Please RSVP so we can plan accordingly. Text, messenger, email, phone call, something like that.
If you guys do not RSVP, realize that we're probably going to turn you around. Okay, we all the CDC and Tri-County Health and everything all of their rules are in effect. Okay, you can show up with a face mask if you want. It's not going to be required. You are going to be at least 6 feet away from everybody while you're out there. Okay, but if you want to wear a mask, please do. Shoes. Okay, wear shoes, preferably flat bottom shoes. If you wear the ones with a lot of grip, like running shoes and hiking shoes and that kind of stuff.
Tennis shoes stick to the grass.
Yeah. It can mess up ankles, so be careful there. But because of all those rules, if you don't tell us, we're probably going to turn you around and say, no, you need to stay in your car and you need to watch class for a day. Okay, so please get a hold of us. Tell us that you're going to be there so that we can plan accordingly. We have a limit of 25 people at any one time. Okay, and that's
And if we know
that
more of you are
includes
coming,
us
we can.
as teachers.
I'm saying, if we know more of you are coming, we can split the groups up, but we need to know that in advance.
Right. If we don't know, then we can't do it. So let us know if you have any questions. Again, get a hold of us.
Okay, and remember, it said and I'll change it in the event. It's Colorado Freedom Memorial, not Spring Hill Park.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Sampson. All right. So everybody, try it. Anjo. Mukyan. Good. Right hand up. Student oath, please. I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect my instructors and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I will be a champion of freedom and justice that will help build a more peaceful world. And the tenets: courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Target. Savamimke. Excuse me. Savamimke. Kuning. All right, guys. Esau, have a good weekend. Let us know if you have any questions, and let us know if there's anything we can show you in our videos.
Yeah, people ask me.
Oh, okay, we have questions.
No, it's good. I got it in the chat. We're good.
Okay, if you have more questions, text us, email us, okay? But otherwise, have fun, guys. Unfortunately, I got to run. I've got to be at work in about an hour, so have a good weekend.